For the very first time in the history of the NHS, we have had a significant, powerful campaign organised with no budget, from handheld devices, from computers, that has resulted in the biggest protest that junior doctors have ever seen in this country, and possibly the biggest strike that the NHS will ever see in its history. And that, to us as a country, is massive.
The British healthcare system is the envy of the world. But with the government trying to enforce contract changes, junior doctors have taken to social media to fight back.
The British Medical Association and the government began negotiating a new contract for junior doctors back in 2012. Failing to come to an agreement, new talks went ahead in 2015. However, the BMA stated the contract on offer would not have provided sufficient safeguards for junior doctors and their patients.
We still have 3 times less medical cover at weekends than we do in the week, which means the doctors who do go in at the weekend don't get the support they need. One of the changes we want to do is to reduce the maximum hours a doctor can work from 91 to 72 hours, and to end the practice of doctors being asked to work for 5 nights in a row.
The government stated it would impose a new contract in August 2016, whether the BMA agreed or not.
Well, the NHS is the biggest employer of people in this country. It employs over 1 million people. As part of that, there are over 50,000 what we call junior doctors. These are qualified doctors who are still working their way up to a specific role. And these changes will affect those 50,000 people directly, but secondarily, they will also have an impact on the service we provide and obviously the patients that we care for.
Why is the NHS so important to you?
It's the reason I'm alive. I've been treated countless times by the NHS, and I've had operations and things, and without those I wouldn't be here. And there's so many people that are in the same situation. It is something that we should treasure. It's something that we're really, really lucky to have.
Organised through social media, over 20,000 people turned out for a junior doctors demonstration in London, protesting the contract changes Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt had proposed.
The NHS only exists because of the sheer hard work and passion and determination of the people that work in it. We cannot forget that. We cannot let them forget that. This is the only reason our NHS is so amazing and one of the best healthcare systems in the world. Without things like Twitter and Facebook, this wouldn't be possible. Without the power of social media and the reach of social media, we wouldn't be able to get this number of people here today.
We're here because Jeremy Hunt's misleading the public. His contract will endanger patient safety. He needs to listen to us because we're the doctors and we're the ones who are working on the front line, and he needs to sit down and negotiate with the BMA.
So I don't think the junior contract's fair. I'm worried that it means that we're going to endanger our patients, and I'm also concerned that it's part of a bigger plan to privatise the NHS, and I believe that the NHS should be left as it is, free at the point of care for everyone.
How is social media keeping the discussion in the public domain?
You know, without social media, we wouldn't have half the clout that we have. Because literally, things happen on social media before they happen on the news, on television.
Yeah.
It's, you know, around you the whole time. Social media is a great means of getting information out to people. It's not fair to say that you want to negotiate on contracts, but will force it through if it doesn't go your way.
If there was anything that we needed, like a morale boost, to cheer us up, to bring us together, today's certainly be it. And I'm hoping that people in there are all paying attention, because they really need to. Enough's enough.
So we're about to join the march now, and we are all going to make our way down the road towards the Houses of Parliament. And as you can see, there's a huge amount of people here. This is going to take quite some time to get here.
I'm opposed to the contract that's being imposed on junior doctors because it is unsafe, it's unfair, it undervalues the work that junior doctors like myself and my colleagues do on a daily basis, and that's 7 days a week.
So just looking at social media feeds, and you'll see several hashtags associated with today. Things like I'm in work Jeremy, not fair, not safe, NHS selfie and junior contracts. And that's exactly what we're here for. And that's a great way of getting the message out to everybody here and everybody at home.
People say it's not about the money. It absolutely is about the money. The NHS has no money. We are not funding the NHS. And unless we all do something about it, then the NHS will fall. And the reason I'm here today is to save the NHS.
Without social media, we wouldn't be seeing the impact on the NHS and on the media of what is going on with regards to the junior doctor's contract. And that's really important. It's to get the facts and the truth out to the public, because this is a service that affects every single person in this country. Hashtags like not safe, not fair, junior doctor contracts, I'm in work Jeremy, save our NHS, all led to this massive conclusion where people really saw what was going on. Support us, your junior doctors, and I promise we will not let you down.
With the British Medical Association and the government failing to reach an agreement, the junior doctors kept to their word and carried out one of the biggest strikes the NHS has ever seen.
So we're at one of several picket lines across the country. Generally speaking, the comments in social media have been positive. Twitter polls, for example, have shown around 80% of the public support a junior doctor strike.
Yeah, I'm a shift worker and I understand what shift workers is. I've been a shift worker all my life. I know what this is about. I'm a user of the NHS. I'm a supporter of the NHS. It's vital that it stays free for everyone that needs it. That's why I'm here to show my support for the doctors.
Hopefully after today, the message will get through to the people that matter, and we'll all be able to get round the negotiating table again to talk about this contract, to make sure that our NHS is safe and fit for purpose and fit for the future.
Support our junior doctors, save our NHS.
We will continue to stand up for what we think is right, what we think is fair. We will continue to do our best to make sure that our patients get the care they deserve. Whether that means more strikes in the future, I guess that's a possibility. I'd rather it wasn't. Nobody really wants that. We just want to be able to do our job and to be treated fairly and to be recognised for how hard everybody in the NHS works. That's my ideal outcome.